This is Oshkosh Today, your connection to events and organizations in the Oshkosh area. Oshkosh Today is supported in part by the Friends of OCM, Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on Oshkosh Today. If you're looking for some unique ways to kick off the new year, we've got you covered. Let's take a look and see what's on tap for this episode. First up, we have our Student Athlete of the Year Scholarship finalist competing for one of two $1,000 scholarships from the Friends of OCM here in the studio. She's here to tell us a little bit more about herself and her accomplishments. Then we'll hear from UW-Oshkosh about their new University Studies program, an exciting change to their general education curriculum. After that, we'll go on a little adventure in investing and hear about some upcoming classes to help the Oshkosh community with questions they might have dealing with investments. Next, a couple of flappers traveled from the Roaring 20s to tell us about the Cerebral Palsy and Women's Division Speakeasy Casino. Finally, we'll have the Mid-Morning Kiwanis group here tell us about a big event they have coming up called Talent Untapped. As always, we'll wrap it up with a segment of Focus on Health with Ted Stefaniak. So let's get to our first guest of the day. The Friends of OCM Scholarship is underway. 6 finalists have been chosen, and they will be coming in to Oshkosh Today to interview and tell us why they deserve to be called the Student Athlete of the Year. We've got our second finalist here today. She's a senior at Lourdes Academy, varsity athlete in cross country, basketball, and track, 4.0 GPA, and second in her class. I'd like to introduce to you Maddie Reed. Thank you so much for coming in today, Maddie.
Thanks for having me.
And we also have your coach, Allison Fenton, here. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Emily, for having us.
Maddie, first off, do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been involved in all these sports, 3 sports?
Yeah, I've played basketball for, since like 3rd grade, I think, and I've been watching my older sisters been playing, and I've always just loved it. And then I started cross country actually my sophomore year, and I really enjoy running. And then for track, I've been doing it for 4 years.
Okay, so all 4 years of high school.
Yep.
Great. So you're in your basketball season currently, and we've got your basketball coach with you here today, Coach Fett. Can you tell us, Allison, what's it like working with Maddie on the court?
She's a special kid. We're very lucky. We knew when she came in, watching her through her middle school years, that she was going to develop into a wonderful athlete. We just didn't realize what a wonderful person, leader, member of the community we'd be getting, along with a great athlete. And so she's a relentless type of player. She loves to put her best effort forward every day, and she likes to make her teammates better. And she has such a competitive drive, and so you can see that obviously in the classroom with how well she does in her academics as well.
Definitely. And Maddie, in your application, you described something that happened, an experience you went through that really changed your whole life and your outlook on life. Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. 2 years ago now, I was actually hit in the face during a basketball game, and we just thought maybe a concussion, but it actually ended up I had to have eye surgery because I just couldn't see very well, and it really my outlook on life changed because I realized I didn't take anything for granted anymore. I had to take some time off basketball and off all sports, and I really just realized how blessed I was to be able to participate in all those.
Mm-hmm. So what exactly, you said, I think it was that you lost eyesight in one of your eyes. What was it like going through that, and what kept you motivated throughout that whole process?
Definitely my teammates kept me motivated. It was just 2 months, but they were there through every step of the way. They would visit me when I was in the hospital, and they just wanted me back as soon as possible.
And I think it's just huge having that support system.
Yes, definitely.
So, Coach Fett, you've seen Maddie change and progress, like you said. Can you describe to us a little more, too, what it's like working with Maddie, not only on the court, but off the court?
Sure. She has transitioned herself from when she came in, she kind of had her back to the basket. She was a post player, for those that maybe don't understand basketball lingo. And she has progressively worked her way out into a position where she can play a guard for us right now. She can bring up the ball as a point guard, post up, and do anything in between. And so her ability to progress each year has been just tremendous. On the basketball floor, she has had so many accolades. I don't even know where to go into, but her junior year, she hit her 1,000th point. It's a pretty big accomplishment, and so she has her entire senior year to kind of shatter records and really set some milestones for other Lady Knights that come through. Off the court, though, Emily, I mean, she's one in a million. She has a servant's heart. She constantly serves our community in many ways, and she's very humble, so she probably won't talk a lot about this, but we do a Christmas outreach program, and Maddie heads that up and helps her teammates get together, and we buy presents for families in need in our area and in our system. We do some stuff with Clarity Care to involve them in our daily interactions with basketball. And we also do a Think Pink event, and she's been a part of raising over $22,000 for both of our Aurora and Mercy Medical hospitals. She's been a part of all that and really at the forefront of it. So
it's
she's
a lot
a
of
servant's
things.
heart. Yes.
Maddie, you're a busy girl. You have a really impressive resume, 4.0 GPA and varsity 3 sports. How do you make that all work? I mean, how do you juggle it all and find so much success in both your sports and non-sports?
Well, it's definitely time management. I go to practice right after school, come home, eat dinner, then just homework for the rest of the nights. But it's really been great. Like my team, we're all focused during practice, so we get in, get the job done, and then like for community service wise, definitely just having everyone working together, it really helps.
Right, and just having that dedication, it sounds like,
Yeah.
to continuously stay on that schedule. It's got to be hard.
It was in the beginning. Once you're on the once you get on that kind of schedule, though, it's become easier.
Yes, and I know your coach kind of described some of the community involvement that you have in volunteer work. What are some of the things you're doing right now, currently?
Right now, we're doing the Christmas outreach,
Okay.
and so we raised a bunch of money, and we went shopping, which was a lot of fun for the families and picking out clothes for them. And then delivering it is the best part, though. Seeing the kids open the presents, it's really great.
And that's with your team that
Yes,
you do
that's with the
this?
basketball team.
Okay, and also in your application, I saw that you do volunteer at the day-by-day warming shelter. Is that correct?
Yeah, for Youth Leadership Oshkosh, I volunteered there, and we actually served a meal, and it was great to meet the people and all the volunteers that worked there.
And so you were involved with Youth Leadership Oshkosh. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I really enjoyed that program. It was so much fun. We got to tour around different businesses in Oshkosh, and really I got to know the community well.
Excellent. So you're a senior. You're going to be graduating pretty
Yep.
soon here. What are your plans after high school?
I'm planning to go to Hillsdale College. It's in Michigan, and play basketball there and study possibly biochemistry. That's what I'm thinking, and minoring in Spanish.
Okay, great. So I don't want to put you on the spot, but what's your dream job? Where do you hope to see yourself?
I just something probably the biochemistry related. I enjoy doing lab work in chemistry right now, and so possibly working in a chemistry lab.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like you have all kinds of awesome goals, and I'm sure you won't have any trouble reaching any of those. And for you being here today, we do have a certificate of achievement for you on being one of our Student Athlete Scholarship finalists. So I'd like to present that to you and congratulate you.
Thank you.
So thanks again so much for coming in. And I guess, Coach Fett, if you want to close out, is there any words of advice for Maddie that you have after high school?
Well, she's a special kid. And oftentimes, you fill kids' shoes because you just do. This one will be the toughest of all thus far in my 7 years of coaching, to fill shoes as a young woman as well as a player. So we're proud, and we know she'll represent our community and the Lourdes Academy community extremely well next year. And so we're not done yet, though. We have some work to do here
Still
between
got a
now
little
and
bit
March.
of time. Yes. So
you bet.
Thank you both again for coming in.
Thank you.
Now, coming up next, we're going to transition from high school to college and hear about a new program being offered at Uw-Oshkosh. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. When we see a roundabout, take it slow. Then we pick the correct lane and take it slow. When we see a car approach, we yield to the left. When we're in that roundabout, we don't pass anybody yet. Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow.
Visit WisconsinRoundabouts.com for more info from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Take responsibility. Life consists of each day, not just big events sometime in the future. It's the little things, too. Taking responsibility can be hard and taxing. It's not something you master over the weekend, so start right now. Don't shift responsibility and blame onto others. Share disagreements publicly. Speak your piece and take responsibility. Go to the OshkoshCivilityProject.org and sign the pledge.
Thanks again for joining us on Oshkosh Today. And now we have our second guest in the studio from UW-Oshkosh. We have Lori Carroll and Scott Barr here to tell us about the University Studies program. Thanks for coming in today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So, Lori, this is a change to the general education curriculum at UW-Oshkosh. Why did they need to reform that in the first place?
Well, we needed to bring it up to date, and we wanted to do all we could to ensure and enhance student success. So the program hadn't been changed in over 40 years. Wow. We went out and looked at all the best models and the best practices and came up with such a creative program that we're now getting national attention for the kinds of things we're doing to help students succeed.
And if you want to maybe describe a little bit for those of us that don't know what exactly general education is. Those are the classes that are required for students, correct?
That's right. So when students first begin their college journeys, often they don't know what majors they will take, or they do some exploring, and that exploration helps them select their majors. But all students, whether they'll be nurses or teachers or accountants or even attorneys, they need a foundation, and that foundation is called a general education, and it's a time of coming to understand the knowledge, responsibilities, and skills that employers really want.
Okay, so do you want to describe to us a little bit what exactly the University Studies program is and what it contains?
That's hard. How long do I have to answer? There's just so many great characteristics to it now. Students come in, and instead of being in very large lecture halls, they're in small learning communities.
That's
so
nice.
They take classes with another group of students. They see the same students in more than one class, and they have a peer mentor. And as they progress with learning communities, they're exploring with 3 major questions that unite all the kinds of classes that they might take during that exploration. And in addition to the learning communities and the peer mentors, they also have alumni mentors, and they do civic engagement. So all of those things are foundational. And one of the really great things that students are now doing is documenting their progress in an electronic portfolio, so that when they get to the end of their college journey, they know, what have I done, how far have I come, and what do I have to offer to employers or to graduate schools.
Excellent. I mean, that's a huge advancement in general education. I know, just recently graduating from college, that was my least favorite part of school, was the general education classes, because it was such a big group. So I think it's really cool that they have smaller groups like that.
And the classes weren't connected, so you didn't know, why am I taking this, and what is the purpose of it? How does it relate to everything else I'm taking? And now the professors at UW-Oshkosh have worked together to create this collaborative curriculum. It's truly spectacular, the work that's been done.
Right.
I'm really proud of both the students and the faculty and staff.
Yes, and like you said, the alumni are getting involved, that they can have alumni mentors. And Scott, you're from the Alumni Association. Can you tell us how is the Alumni Association involved with this effort?
Well, as Lori mentioned, each of the classes for Quest 3 has an alumni mentor who helps with a community engagement project. Okay. And the Alumni Association itself has been helping to recruit those alumni mentors to help with the classes. And we've got a number of people signed up now, and we're definitely still looking for more.
Okay, so why do you think it's important for the alumni to get involved to the students, and benefiting both the students and the alumni?
Well, I think alumni, especially somebody of my age, has been out for a long time. We have a different worldview than a student has, a lot of experience with volunteerism, and I think we're able to bring that to the class and help them through this community engagement part.
Do you plan on being a mentor yourself?
I do.
Excellent. So what would you say are the main goals and outcomes of this whole program?
Well, a primary goal is to enhance student success. So we want students to make the transition from high school to college, to choose to stay, and to graduate. So a high quality education and a complete college journey. And in addition to that, we have a list of essential learning outcomes, and these are based on what employers really want and the foundation of a liberal arts education that's so important. And one of those is civic engagement. So we want students to explore and also to come to understand that they are contributors, that as college educated citizens, they have a responsibility to contribute to the community through civic engagement. And this Quest 3, during the sophomore year, 100% of the students will be in a course in which they are engaged in community-based learning and have an alumni mentor. As they learn about something like malnutrition in our community, study the policies that affect that, they'll be serving side by side with alumni mentors at the community pantry and working with the schools on the lunch program. That's just one example. But every single sophomore student will have that opportunity to learn that they are a contributor.
That's amazing. I mean, to have that Quest class like that, to really get the kids involved is really cool. So this program has been going on already for one semester, is that correct?
That's right. We just wrapped up on Friday with our launch semester.
Okay, how'd the first semester go?
It was just tremendous. The attendance rates, we're measuring everything, but the attendance rates are up, participation in campus activities, there are all kinds of positive benefits already. So we're a little tired, ready for a nap after that first semester, but then we'll be onward with Quest 2 and Quest 3 and the community service that will be a part of all of that here in Oshkosh and the surrounding areas.
Okay, so Scott, how can alumni get involved? If I'm an Oshkosh alumni and I want to help out with this, how can I get involved with it?
Well, the way in which a person can become involved is to become an alumni mentor. And easy way would be to go to the website, which Lori can tell us, I think. But you can also call the Alumni Association office on campus.
Okay. And also, community can get involved. How do the community get involved? Same kind of idea, or what kind of aspects are there that you need to think of if you're a community member and you like to do that?
Well, we have many community partners, and those courses are being developed. Some of them already are developed for next fall and next spring and beyond. And if there are community partners who are interested in connecting with general education, the University Studies program at UW-Oshkosh, they can also contact us at our USP email on campus.
Excellent. So I guess if we want to kind of go over some of the contact information that we're talking about, where people can go for more information, phone numbers, websites.
Yes. So on the UW-Oshkosh website, just type in USP, and that will get you to a whole lot of goodies. For those who are interested in being alumni mentors, there's a picture and the word alumni mentor, so just click right there.
Can't miss it.
The form, all the information will be there. And for community partners or others who are just interested in the program, the email address is usp@uwosh.edu.
Yes, and we have also got a phone number here, which is 920-424-1257.
That's the number.
Okay, awesome. Well then, thank you so much for coming in and telling us about this exciting new program, something really different than I think a lot of colleges have even thought about yet. So thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
We're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, we'll take a lesson in investing with Jeff Kemp. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Hi, I'm Mayor Bergtower, and I'm asking for your help. The city has several boards and commissions that play important roles in just about every aspect of local government. Whether it's the Parks Board or the Landmarks Commission, these and other boards act as a forum for citizens to address their concerns and questions about Oshkosh city government. The boards also provide members the opportunity to make positive suggestions to the council or city staff to move the city forward. So here's where we need your help. For our city to work effectively, we need active citizen participation. Many of our boards and commissions currently need members. We're asking for just a few hours of your time each month to serve on one of our boards or commissions and help to ensure a strong democratic process. So please consider serving on a city board or commission. For an application, visit the city website, stop by the city manager's office in City Hall, or call 236-5000. Thank you for your interest, and we look forward to your possible involvement.
Hello everyone, and thanks again for joining us on Oshkosh Today. Again, I'm your host, Emily Mikowski, and now I'm joined by Jeff Kemp to tell us a little bit about some adventures in investing classes we have. Thanks for coming in today, Jeff.
I'm glad to be here.
So first off, do you want to just tell me what are these classes about? What are they for?
Well, I started, this is going to be the 15th year.
Okay.
Started in 2000, and it was just that I have done all my own investing all my life. And I basically, I had a business, but I learned to invest my own money in the stock and the bond market because it was something that I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And I did pretty well at it. So at the age of 41, I sold my business and moved back to Oshkosh.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, now we're talking about 1991. And, you know, the markets were doing just like unbelievable. I mean, chimpanzees could throw something at the board and they had a winning stock. So it really wasn't investing in the normal sense because anybody could do it and you could give it to a financial planner, pay a ton of expenses, and you still did really well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it got to be the late, like 1998, 1999, and I just looked at what was going on. And I realized that this is crazy. So I started volunteering in the schools because I thought maybe kids would be interested in this because I could teach kids really how to do it, saving and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened is some parents heard that of the kids would come home and talk about me, and the parents heard about this, and so they called me up and they said, if you can teach a 3rd and 4th grader about the stock market and investing, could we come in and sit in those classes too? And a light bulb went off in my head and I said, you know, maybe this is what I should do. Because I was looking for something worthwhile to do with my time.
Mm-hmm.
And it evolved from there. So basically, to answer your question, the classes just are me giving people information that I've accumulated over my lifetime. Not only what I've learned, but what I do, which is non-biased because I'm not a financial planner.
Right.
I never have been a financial planner. I never want to be a financial planner. I totally enjoy sharing what I know so that people have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of financial planners in town have come up to me and thanked me for what I do because they want to deal with informed people.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, a lot of people come up to me and tell me that it's made just this awesome difference in their lives. Because ever since I started doing these classes, you're talking about 2000 through the lost decade, it was
kind of
really...
taken a little downturn since then, I would say.
Yeah, it was really a tough 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, I teach fundamental investing. And if you follow what you can learn through the classes, you can do well through all markets.
Okay, definitely. So it sounds like you figured it out. You found the secrets to investing here, and you want to share that with everyone. So
just the opposite.
Okay.
There is no secret or magic bullet or a pill.
Okay.
It isn't. It's a combination of understanding expenses,
mm-hmm.
understanding how markets work. Because the market itself is absolutely brilliant. And what I'm talking about the market is the price set by all the traders every day.
Mm-hmm.
They do all the work. The way I teach people to invest is you don't try to beat the market. You can simply buy the market. And you do it through a broad-based mutual fund called an index fund, which you can go directly to yourself. You can do it through, you can set up an IRA and invest through it. You probably have those choices in your 401k. But see, people get all wrapped up in what they see on TV, or a wonderful sales pitch, or past performance. Because there's always going to be somebody that does spectacular. But what I teach people is, don't try to beat the market, buy the market. And then understand asset allocation, or the mixture that you have in the stock and the bond market, ultimately is what's going to lead to you be successful.
Great.
All of this stuff. And that's why it's not like a luncheon at Robin's, you know, because, hey, I mean, I don't make any money on this. And so I can't buy people free lunches. And I'm not interested in that. It's 8 lessons. And I just scratched the surface with 8 lessons. I get people off to a good start.
So you're saying that someone that's taking these classes doesn't necessarily need to have any experience in investing?
You know,
someone like me.
I would love to have you there. Because this is what I'm trying to get, is more young people. And this is something that I've seen in the last 5 years. More and more people in their 20s, young couples coming, and it's just unbelievable. Because with someone like you, it's like so awesome because you haven't screwed up yet. But when I do the classes at the senior center, it's basically damage control.
Okay.
So every level of investor can get something from this class. I actually had a financial planner that came to the class.
Excellent.
And he came up after 8 weeks, stood in front of the class, introduced himself to the class, told them that he was a financial planner, and he said, I've learned more from this guy than I even dreamed possible.
Very interesting.
I mean, so that was quite.
Well, it sounds like these classes are hugely successful, and we have a couple minutes left. Do we want to maybe just really briefly, what's the biggest challenge investors are going to have in 2014?
Well, I think some of the biggest challenge that people have after you've had, you understand the markets are setting all-time highs. They're up 170% or more from the bottom of 2008. And what happens is people have high expectations then. They asked people in the 1990s, between 1995 and 1999, how much do you expect to make this year? And they said, well, it should be about 25%. You see, and what happens when you have a period of growth, people get high expectations. And you have, and I think that's probably what people have to be careful of. And the second thing is, many of the older people are having a tough time generating income from their investments because bonds are not paying much interest. So I'm going to spend a significant amount of time helping people to think of strategies where you could generate more, like in the form of dividends and interest, but not increase your risk.
Excellent. So it sounds like some really useful tactics that people are going to be learning, and we have a couple seconds left. If you want to tell us the class schedules, dates, and where we can sign up.
Yeah. You don't have to sign up.
Okay.
It's in the auditorium at Oshkosh North.
All right.
Come in the west parking lot of Oshkosh North because the auditorium's right in that side door. It's free. It starts January 8th. It's a Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Okay. And it goes through February 26th, every Wednesday night at 6 p.m.
Excellent.
Weather permitting.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I know we could talk about this for hours. I mean, it sounds like you have a ton of knowledge to share. So we're looking forward to hearing more about your classes. So thanks for coming in today.
One last thing.
Yes.
Nick Nabel is going to be recording them again this year.
Oh, great. Okay.
And so we're going to have them on the cable system too.
Perfect.
For the next year too. So we can
look forward to that. Excellent. Yeah. Thanks again for coming in today, Jeff.
Glad to be here.
Up next, we're going to take a little step back in time to hear about a big speakeasy casino coming up in Oshkosh. We'll be right back.
I'm a big believer in the power of we. We can tackle the tough challenges we face and build community through service and volunteering. The reality is, we're all in this together. It's time for you to raise your hand. Go to serve.gov and get involved in something you believe in.
How will you raise your hand when they call your name?
Are you with me?
We weren't born to follow. Come on and get up off your knees. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh.
And thanks again for joining us on Oshkosh today. And now we have some very special guests in the studio today. Michelle Hammett from the Women's Division of the Oshkosh area and Connie Carmichael from Cerebral Palsy of Mid-East, Wisconsin. Thank you so much for coming in today, ladies. And we love your outfits. They're already a hit in the studio here.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Charmed.
Mutual, I'm sure.
So you guys are here to tell us about a really cool event coming up, the Speakeasy Casino. Michelle, I understand in the past for the women's division, you've done a Sweet Sensation event. Can you tell us what's different about this event than that one?
Well, we've been hosting Sweet Sensations every year for probably the past 14 years that I'm aware of, and it's been wildly successful. But we said, you know what, let's try something different. We're always looking for new ways to expand our outreach, and we're all about raising money for scholarships and charities. So this is a fun way we decided to continue doing that, and we were very, very fortunate to partner with UCP.
Yeah, kind of team up this year a little bit. Connie, do you want to kind of tell us a little bit about the event? What kinds of entertainment and what can we expect that night?
Oh my gosh, Emily, it's going to be so much fun. It's just a combination. Well, having it at Washington Hall is definitely a Roaring Twenties themed area anyway. So we don't have to do too much with decorations, but we're going to have casino gaming, all kinds of different kinds of blackjack and craps and roulette. We also have some unique games as far as like a prohibition paddle game.
Okay.
You won't be able to see your prizes, but they'll be hidden in brown paper bags, so you'll get an idea of what that might be. We also have a garter belt game where you can win diamond earrings, which we have here on the show, compliments of Reimer Jewelry. A garter belt game where you buy a garter belt and one of them is the winning garter belt. And then you can win this beautiful pair of diamond earrings from Reimer Jewelry, and it's almost a full carat, so it's beautiful.
Gosh, they're gorgeous.
We also have a booze game where you can
win.
A
booze game? Is that what you said?
A booze game.
Oh.
Well, you buy these little bottles of booze, and then you have a chance to win a 42-inch LED TV from Castle's TV and Appliances. And of course, with the Roaring Twenties, you know, they were smoking and drinking back in the day, and we have a blow and smoke game, and where you can win a leaf blower, but it's blowing smoke from Kits and File. Just so many different things. And we're going to have all kinds of, we've got a band that's going to be playing as well during the night. So we're going to be playing Roaring Twenties music from Big Band Reunion.
Okay.
And you can tell them about what kind of food we're going to have.
Yes, I'm always concerned about the food. That's my big thing.
There will be food.
Okay, great.
Yes.
What can we expect?
Well, we anticipate having about 20 to 25 vendors, area restaurants from the Oshkosh area, showcase what they can do. We will have a few sweets to kind of carry over from Sweet Sensations. So Oaks Chocolate is going to have their
perfect.
Oh, no, it's just. It's to die for. My very favorite restaurant, the Brooklyn Grill, is having their tiramisu. But we're having all kinds of various hors d'oeuvres and appetizers and finger foods that will showcase the talents of our vendors. And we're trying to encourage them to come up with a gangster theme.
Okay.
So mobster meatballs or
Did you say
all
mobster
those-
lobster or something?
Oh, mobster lobster. Yeah, I hope that comes. But, so we're leaving it up to the vendors to decide what they'd like to showcase best. So there'll be plenty of food,
Lots to pick from.
sample all night long. It'll be great.
Oh, great. That sounds so exciting. And Connie, I know you mentioned some of the games. Can you tell us a little more of the prizes, maybe?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have silent auction prizes.
Okay.
We're going to also have when you go there with your tickets, you can get your tickets. They're $25 or $30 a piece, or 2 for $50. And your ticket gets you in the door, and that gets you all of the food, and it gets you casino gaming money. And then you can play all these games. You can also buy extra money if you want, but then you get tickets for your money at the end of the night, and then you get in for a variety of prizes that they're going to have as well. We've got things like, we've got some Roaring 20s type of prizes. We've got like bootlegger prizes. We've got a 1920s flask from Atomic Cats. And speaking of Atomic Cats, special thank you to them. They helped us with our wardrobe today, and so did LMA. And if anyone is interested in coming to this event, don't even worry. You can find an outfit here in town.
Yes,
you don't have to dress up
to impress
but
at
you
an event like this.
Yes. And we're going to have a dance floor and everything else, and so it's going to be, oh yeah, you show them, girl. And so, there you go. We can have her giving lessons.
Yes, you can
Roaring
lead the way.
20s lessons.
I just want to shimmy.
Learn
with
how
my
to
friends.
talk and learn
Yes,
how to
yes.
shimmy with Michelle.
Yes. Mitzi will be my name that night.
Mitzi, we'll change it. But no, it's going to be big fun, and people can get tickets on our website, our new website, cpmideastwist.com. They can also get them at West Point Bank, or they can stop at our CP office. And like Michelle was saying about the food and stuff, we're still looking for vendors, and we'd love it if you do that themed event, whether it be dice pedophores or cards, or I don't know, maybe a shotgun something cake.
Something fun.
I don't know.
It's just so cool.
And don't forget the mobster lobster.
Yeah,
don't forget that.
I'm still holding out for that.
That's right.
We'll see.
So this whole event is to benefit the women's division and the cerebral palsy. Can you tell me each in what ways that's benefiting your organizations?
Well, the women's division has been in existence for over 50 years, and all we do is we raise money and we give it away. So we've supported a host of charities that benefit the greater Oshkosh community, and particularly with scholarships as well. So, for example, last year we distributed over $26,000 in charitable giving or through scholarships. So we're all about raising money and giving it away, and we get to have
amazing.
fun at the
Yes.
same time. So
Yes.
it's a hoot.
Can't complain.
It's a hoot.
It's a hoot.
And cerebral palsy, we're a little older than the women's division. We actually, in 2014, are celebrating our 60th anniversary, and the money that we raise will go to our programs, our respite house, our Camp Sandy Wills, our basic needs programs. We split it up throughout the year at all of our different events and programs. So we're excited
So it's
to
all for
join
an exciting
together.
cause.
So much
really.
fun. Are you going to come?
I think I'm going to. I have to find a cute dress like your guys.
You can be one of our cigarette girls.
Yes, I think I could do that. So, I mean, we got a few seconds left. If you just want to tell us, where can we find more information about the event?
You can go to the website,
cpmideast.com
or something like that.
Maybe if you said it in your real voice or your other voice.
My
It's up
Mitzi
on
voice.
screen.
Yeah,
There
we've
it
got
is.
on
All
there.
right.
Yeah, there's more information there. There's information on the Women's Division website as well. It's www.missoshkosh.com/women's division. So we're all excited and we're thankful that you can help us spread the word.
Yes, definitely. And I'm looking forward to coming myself.
And if anyone is interested in sponsoring, we still have some sponsorships available, and we'd love it if you could sponsor. You'd get some tickets to the event, plus recognition during the night, all throughout the night, and then all on all of our media sites and everything as well. And it's just going to be an awesome time. What kind of time is it going to be?
It's going to be special.
Well, thank you both so much for coming in and making it such a fun interview, and we're really looking forward to the event.
And come in a costume.
Yes,
That's right.
definitely.
It'd be fun.
Yes. Coming up next on Oshkosh Today, we've got the Kiwanis group in. We'll be right back.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed by a child who never got polio because a vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. You can help Rotary end polio now. Learn how you can help at rotary.org/endpolio. Rotary, humanity in motion.
Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. When we see a roundabout, take it slow. Let me pick the correct lane and take it slow. When we see a car approach, we yield to the left. When we're in that roundabout, we don't pass anybody yet. Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow.
Visit WisconsinRoundabouts.com for more info from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
Hello again, and thank you for joining us on Oshkosh today. And now we have our final guest of the program in, Mike Bennett, the chairperson of Talent Untapped for the Kiwanis Group. Thanks so much for coming in today, Mike.
Well, thank you for having me, Emily.
So first, do you want to just tell us what is Oshkosh Mid-Morning Kiwanis Club?
Well, the Oshkosh Mid-Morning Kiwanis Club is a local Kiwanis organization here in Oshkosh. We're a service and volunteer organization. We volunteer at events like Zulilimbu. We help along with the Salvation Army food drive. We go around and collect. We just did that and collected over 5,000 pounds of food with the middle school and elementary schools. We put on a magic show while that's going on. We've served meals at the warming shelter. We've helped with the United Way's Day for Caring, and along with many other partner programs with them. We volunteer at the food tent at the Oshkosh Macker. We volunteer at the Dragon Boat races. We host events like Kicking It for Kids kickball tournament down in Menominee Park. We're all over the place.
You guys are busy.
We are.
It sounds like tons of activities all year round. So can you tell us a little bit about this event, Talent Untapped? What does it all involve?
Talent Untapped is an event that, or is a fundraiser, where we try and raise our yearly funds for education, scholarships, and grants here in the Oshkosh area. It's kind of like an America's Got Talent, where we have a bunch of acts, performers come up, and they're judged. We have 4 guest judges, like Stan Mack from the superintendent of schools.
Oh, very cool.
And Burke Tower, our mayor, is also going to be another
Some
judge this
celebrity
year.
judges.
Yeah, and then the audience also gets to buy votes. And they get to vote for their best act that they like the most. And then we also have a silent auction and a live auction going on at the same time. And this year we're happy to announce that Bill Jart from WBAY Channel 2 is going to be down there being our live MC.
Very cool. So it sounds like a really cool event. I mean, how many years has it been going on now?
This will be our 4th year of Talent Untapped going on.
All right, and I understand there's a dinner involved too?
Yep. It's a very nice dinner evening, getaway, get out of the house, Friday night in January.
All right, so if you want to tell us, why do you host this event? What kind of programs come out of this for the Kiwanis Club?
Well, we host this event to raise the funds for our, like I was saying, for our education and scholarships and grants. Every year we give away between $10,000 and $12,000 in scholarships and grants to the local education, teachers and students. We've helped fund projects like the Merrill Middle Science Club water testing project. They went around Oshkosh and tested all the water at different parks and different areas in Oshkosh. We've helped start a classroom library at Oshkosh North for an English teacher that wanted the students to get more excited about books they were reading. So we helped fund $500 for her to go buy books.
Wow.
So every year, more and more needs are out there, and we want to be able to help out. So this event helps raise our funds for the year to do that and help fund those projects and those grants.
Great. I mean, it sounds, like you said, there's never a shortage of projects for you guys, really. So do you want to tell us a little bit about who's on the talent show this year? I know we've got some good ones coming up.
Oh, we do. We have 8 acts this year. I'm going to go off my cheat sheet here because I can't remember them all. So we have a couple past winners from last year's show coming back this year. We're trying to keep them around here. One Button Short was the winner in the semi-pro division. They're a quartet that performs all over the state of Wisconsin. They've been performing for over 8 years. They put on a stellar show last year. I can't wait to see them again this year. We're giving them twice as long to perform this year. So that is going to be incredible. Samantha Phillip is coming back. She was the winner of the adult division last year. She now goes to college in Chicago. She was a UW-Oshkosh student and a past Miss Oshkosh winner, actually.
Okay.
And she's going to school for singing and music and wants to perform and write and record her own music. She just is an incredible singer. Grace Supot is a Oshkosh North student. She is going to be performing. She won the youth division last year and looking at attending UW-Madison or UW-Minnesota for study in music or science. She volunteers all around Oshkosh as well, so it's really great to have her back in the show, and her family's awesome and incredible to see them again. The Oshkosh Senior Center Choir is going to be in there. They're going to have between 30 and 35 members singing on stage that night, and some of them are coming back from Arizona, flying in from Arizona just for the show, so that'd be great. The Oshkosh North Spartonettes, I'm probably saying that wrong, but hey, they started in 2012 and got quite a bit of a fan base going at North already, and we're hoping to help increase that and get them some good exposure. The Oshkosh West Jazz Vocal Group is going to be there, with some of those singers from the past years becoming professional singers. So that, I mean, top-notch program there. Beat the Soul is a UW-Oshkosh dance group. They do events all around UW-Oshkosh and even get invites to go to other campuses and perform their dance routines. So, and they just took first place this year at a talent show there, so that was great for them. And then Dorothy Zerby and the Savage Beast String Band. They've got everything. They got a guitar, banjo, they sing, they have mandolin, an upright bass, just a great time.
Excellent. So it sounds like there's going to be a lot of really cool acts there.
Oh, yeah.
We got about a minute left.
Yep.
Do you want to tell us where and when this cool event is and how much it costs to go?
Yep, it's January 24th, Friday night at the Oshkosh Convention Center. Individual dinners are $55. Entry without dinner is $15. Okay. And if their corporate businesses would like to buy a table of 8, it's only $525.
Excellent. So even if you don't want to stay for dinner and just want to see the show, it's only $15. So.
Correct. Yep. And you can go to our website, the Mid-Morning Kiwanis website, which is oshkoshkiwanis.org.
Okay. And so what if I want to make a donation, but I can't make that night?
Not a problem. You can always mail it in directly to our P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 554 Oshkosh, and the zip code is 54903. And we are a 501c3 nonprofit as well.
Excellent. Well, thanks again for coming in and telling us about this cool event, Local Oshkosh Talent. It sounds really interesting. We're looking forward to it.
Thanks for having us, Emily.
Coming up next after this short break, if you take a lot of vitamins and supplements but aren't sure if they're working, we'll take a look at that with our Focus on Health. We'll be right back.
It's your home, it's your dream. Radon test and keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green.
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN. Preserve your family's health and well-being. Get your home tested. Now that's living healthy and green.
Green, green, green. It's your home, it's your dream. Radon test and keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green.
To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
Thanks again for joining us today. And today on Focus on Health, we're going to give you some tips from our friends at Aurora and Oshkosh on whether or not your vitamins are working. So enjoy.
This Focus on Health segment is brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Focus on Health. I'm Ted Stefaniak. Today, we're at the Aurora Health Center in Oshkosh, and I'm with Dr. Tim Wallace. And some of the things we're going to talk about today, you might not want to hear because we're talking about vitamins and supplements. And Dr. Wallace, it seems like you can turn on the radio or find an infomercial on TV. Somebody's always selling a new vitamin or supplement to help our health. In general, can those things help us?
Well, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry that's set up, and the problem is there's not a ton of evidence to support its use in our regular daily lives. Can there be benefit to it? Absolutely, but there are some specific instances where vitamins and supplements come in handy for us.
All right, well, let's break down some of the specifics here. You know, it seems like you get into the cold and flu season, the early winter months, the dead of winter. Everyone wants to take a lot of vitamin C. Whether before you get sick or after you get sick, you're always just pounding the vitamin C. Can that help us?
There's no evidence that vitamin C prevents illness. There's no evidence for that. It is believed that vitamin C can actually help with common cold symptoms, which is why the conception is out there. My advice to patients is that if you find it to be beneficial, go ahead and take it. But again, I wouldn't waste your money on tons of it. Don't take more than the recommended dosage for it or frequency, because too much of a good thing can be very harmful. But again, there's no studies, no evidence that shows that it actually prevents illness or helps you from getting better.
Well, what about, does it matter if it's a pill form or a liquid form, or can we get our vitamin C from tons and tons of orange juice, other juices?
Well, the bottom line is that normal, healthy people who eat a good diet, they don't need to supplement, particularly vitamin C. That's what you started with.
Yeah.
And we could probably lump in vitamin A and vitamin E, the antioxidant vitamins. There is no evidence to support routine use of vitamins A, C, or E in healthy individuals.
So can we just get the vitamins and the minerals and the things that we need to stay healthy? Can we just get that from our regular food then?
Diet and exercise, like you hear all the time from your primary care doctor, you do. If you get what you need from your diet, typically. One of the other sources for vitamin supplements, and this will jump us into the next vitamin D, is from exposure to sunshine. And we have a lack of that here in Wisconsin. And so we do see quite a bit of vitamin D deficiency here.
How much sunlight do we typically need in a day to stay healthy?
Well, we're not exactly sure, because it's a balance between that and skin cancer. So you usually hear from the doctor, stay out of the sunshine, use the sunscreen, versus we do need some sunshine that our body uses to make its own vitamin D. The rest of that vitamin D we get from our diet.
So are there vitamins that are helpful to us that we should be regularly taking?
Well, again, it's a specific population and people with specific needs for vitamin supplementation, and I'll highlight a couple that have good, strong evidence for their use. The first being folate. Okay, folate has strong evidence for use in pregnancy to prevent neural tube defects in the baby. So that's well established, and there's good evidence for that. And so prenatal vitamins typically contain the folate supplementation that we need to prevent that. The second is vitamin D, which we mentioned already. We see a lot of deficiencies in vitamin D. The evidence is strong to support vitamin D use for people who are deficient for prevention of osteoporosis and prevention of falls associated with that. So you hear a lot of other uses and a lot of other issues coming up with vitamin D. There's not a lot of evidence to support it, but it may come out down the road, or more studies or whatnot, that it is significant. Or it may go the way of some of the other popular trends in the past for us to take certain vitamins or supplements, and it's just not a lot of evidence to support that down the road. But right now, folate, vitamin D, and then the third one being vitamin B12. And vitamin B12, as we get older, we see deficiencies, or people who have absorption problems in the stomach very often have low vitamin B12 levels. And in those patients, we do see the evidence supporting the supplementation. But I'll pause again and say, healthy people who are eating a normal diet don't routinely need to take vitamin D, vitamin B12.
Would it be helpful to get these mixers that chop up the juice and you make healthy juices? Is that helpful rather than trying to find something in a bottle?
Well, again, and I think that's speaking more to multivitamins. So I'll throw that into the mix here too. So if you feel like you're not getting supplement, you feel like you're not getting a healthy diet, there's nothing wrong with taking the recommended daily allowance of vitamins in a multivitamin form, whether that be dietary through these juicers or mixes, or whether it be just your one a day. There's no evidence to support that, and I always ask patients individually and say, look, as long as the benefits outweigh the risk of taking it, I think it's fine to take. Where it's a good thing to stop and take a look at is folks who are taking 6, 12, a whole list of supplements, and it's time to go down that list and look at those each individually. What are they doing for you? Are they working? And is it cost effective for you?
Yeah, you say take a look at it, but not just take a look yourself, probably get into your primary care physician.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the setting to do that, where we can actually review what the evidence is for you individually, because it's not going to be the same for every single person and what their needs are.
Yeah, and it always seems like the research, the evidence is showing, it just kind of goes in a roller coaster. What's healthy, what's not healthy, and I would imagine by talking to someone like you, you get a better idea of what you need, what you don't need.
Right, well, you got to stay up with things, because next week it'll be different. It'll be something new, and it'll change. So, you want to make sure that your primary care physician is staying on top of the latest evidence, because we want evidence to guide us, not popular opinion and not what's shown on TV commercials, etc. If we practice good medicine, we're practicing evidence-based medicine, and again, that can change what evidence is available, but
it can change, and it probably will.
And it will.
Dr. Wallace, we appreciate you taking some time with us today.
You bet. Thank you very much.
So the next time you have a planned healthcare visit with your primary care provider, make sure you bring a list, or actually bring those vitamins and supplements along on that healthcare visit. Talk to your doctor about what can and might not be able to help you. You might be able to save yourself a little bit of money. And of course, if you have any questions regarding this episode, you can give us a call here at Aurora at 303-8700. I'm Ted Stefaniak, and we'll see you next time on Focus on Health.
This Focus on Health segment has been brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Thanks again, Ted, and it looks like that's going to do it for this episode of Oshkosh Today. Make sure you tune in to CATV2 for all of your community programming. Check us out at OshkoshCommunityMedia.org for replays of your favorite shows, or you can go to YouTube and share them with your friends. You can also hear Oshkosh Today and other programs on the radio at 101.9 WOCT. Don't forget to like our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter for both city and programming updates. And finally, if you're a Pinterest fan, check out our board for the latest snapshots of the city. Don't forget to tune in to WOCT for the new music mix with balanced combination of blues, jazz, light rock, cocktail, swing, eclectic, and local artists completely commercial free. The new WOCT is perfect for either home or work. WOCT will also bring you information updates from your local government and provide live meeting coverage. Also, the OCM card is currently on sale, so don't forget to pick yours up at Hardee's or Two Brothers, also at local nonprofits for only $10. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can email me at emakowski@ci.wi.us. Thanks again for joining us on Oshkosh Today, and we'll see you next time.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM, Aurora Healthcare, 855 North West Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. To find replay times for Oshkosh Today, to be a guest on the show, or to watch online, visit our website at OshkoshCommunityMedia.org.